Okay. Break, and we are continuing with our discussion looking at the realities of oil and gas in Uganda for job creation and increase of national revenue, which always connects to our national growth domestic product. And it's a pleasure to be with you, Madame Sarah Birungi Banage, and she is the head of corporate affairs under this camp of UNOC, Uganda National Oil Company, a company which is having, is it a partnership with China?
No, we are a Ugandan company.
Yes.
But yes, we have joint venture partnership with the Chinese.
Venture partnership with the Chinese.
And the French.
Yes.
Yes. We have a stake there. We represent government there with a 15% stake.
15% stake.
In the projects they are developing. One is in Tilenga. That is the French, and the other one is in Kingfisher. Those are the Chinese Sinok. Yes.
So now for information sharing that inspires Ugandans to know maybe we have also a future. Because every other time Ugandans cry, poverty, national debt, all that, some of economic analysts and myself, a political analyst, as I host you, they don't give us a good picture. But we have not lost hope.
No.
Maybe at this time around, with you here, we are hopeful that you'll grant us the information that deals with the oil, and gas capacity for Uganda, and to know what's our capacity in the next 10 years.
Okay.
In a midst when we have serious needs. Our debt burden has gone to 74 trillion shillings. And I was with someone, a politician, a policymaker, a member of parliament, and there was some worry that our children will pay this debt, even the grandchildren will pay this debt. Yet in my heart I'm saying, but what about oil? So now you come to rescue us from the worry. Kindly grant us the information in regard to the capacity of oil and gas in Uganda, and maybe also we project on how best it can also provide job opportunities depending on different zones and areas that have been cited to be centers of oil production. I will be referring to you after that to how America, that is a world leading producer of oil and gas, they are really giving us here a good picture. Oil, natural gas, and coal provide 80% of American energy. And it is also indicated here that 12.3 million from that the Americans acquire, they come from the oil and gas. And we're looking at a number of states, including Ohio, Pennsylvania, Colorado, and Texas, then New Mexico, Wisconsin, then Michigan. The total jobs goes to around 12 million jobs. And we do believe that this would have saved our country if equally maybe we have some billows that are drawing closer to the same. Kindly give us information of also our capacity of the oil and gas and the possible opportunities that may also cover the job opportunities that we need.
Okay. So first of all, we as a country, we confirmed the capacity of oil to be 6.5 billion barrels.
Billion barrels.
Yes, we confirmed. Because these are studies undertaken over years and the technology tests and we confirmed as a country we have 6.5 billion barrels. That is not small, it is huge. But you see, after you have confirmed, not everything can be recovered, as in, not everything can come out. It's exploited. okay? Not everything can be. Now, what is exploitable out of the 6.5 billion barrels is between 1.4 and 1.7 billion barrels. Yes, we did confirm that, which is still a very big figure. Now, as technology improves, things change, and you can drill even more out. But at least we confirmed this is
1.5 billion.
1.4, between 1.4 and 1.7.
And then the prospect can reach as far as 6.5. That's what we're talking about.
That what we confirmed we have in the ground is 6.5. But as you use technology to remove, not everything can come out. You keep improving how you can exploit it. At least we are sure 1.4 and 1.7 barrels can be recovered from down there, from the 6.5 confirmed.
Madam, before we go on, because you tell us also these points, other points elsewhere, Albertan region, Karamoja, where there is a challenge of poverty and so forth, Acholi land, then all other, almost it is believed that Uganda, most parts of the country have oil.
Yes, yes.
What exactly, what is the difference? Because me, I'm not an expert, neither am I part of the oil production. Is it having a relationship to a solution, the problem of saying that we are dependent upon the Ukraine oil petroleum production? Will it convert at any point and we find that we have our own oil and petroleum that solve the problem?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Will the prices go lower?
Okay.
When will we have this? I have asked many questions, but I'm overwhelmed with this question.
Yes.
Yes, madam.
See, when you have a resource like that, that is everybody's dream as a country. That's a country's dream. Because it means you can exploit it and have it refined in your country, and you stop importing. Because we import this resource, we import petroleum products, the fuel and all that. Now, when you have it the way we have it, and right now it's the development phase has started, so that we can extract it and actually refine it in order to have the final product, either diesel or petrol, jet fuel, all those, and even gas. We are going to be able to have them here.
When is that? Because
2025 is the year we have been saying that we'll have, because we started this year, the development phase was this year.
Is it possible to speed it up so it can begin next year?
No, no. There are things that are done, but that's a good time frame because the final decision was made this year by both the Total Energies and the CNOOC that let's go for it. Okay. See, you can be doing a lot of studying, a lot of checking, a lot of exploration, and then finally you check the viability. Is it a good business? Is it not a good business? Then you look for money and you finally say, we are ready. That decision, which we call the final investment decision of these international companies, that let's bring the money, and also Uganda to add its portion on, because we also have a portion we are adding, happened in February this year. Now, you give yourselves at least 3 years of actual work in order to remove it, and it comes out of the ground. That's what we call first oil. First oil, we are expecting it in 2025. Yes, that will be crude oil out of the ground.
We are still analyzing, and we look at the capacity, as you talked about the capacity, the projection of solving our problem which you've given us, and we remain with a question which maybe you have the answer, to know what the complication of not even making it 2023, 2024, maybe 2024, which you also intending to explain, because some Ugandans say it has been overdue. We should have had our own savior, our oil. And then you also to give us information looking at other potential areas that Ugandans should be aware of to be very soon a provider of this oil, and energy, gas resource for purpose of both job and revenue. Then you also take us to the area of revenue.
Okay.
It's back to you. And
I was still telling you, yes.
Yes, please.
So we expect this oil in 2025. And you asked me, will that help us, or will we still be relying a lot on the international imports? And I'm saying it will help us a lot. The reason we cost the pump price the way it is because we import this product. This product, a lot of the money of the pump price is a logistical component of that final pump price. Logistical meaning that travel, it gets to that pump price. But when you produce it here, a lot of that will be cut out. You will not have to come from Mombasa, via road, via Baja. A lot of that will come out because you now have it here, you're refining it here, and you're storing it here. And so definitely the pump price will be affected greatly downwards because I have explained that the logistics, a lot of that price has the logistical transportation, which won't be there anymore. And so we look forward to that year then, 2025. So I wanted to also explain, in 2025, we are removing the oil from the ground. It is a crude. It is not ready to be used. That's where the refinery comes in. The refinery then makes the final product you put in your cars. It makes the product that is used, the jet fuel, and also the jet fuel, and then the gas. There is a gas component. The gas is very welcome. Why? You have seen how deforestation is happening here. And even that too is imported. Now, when you have your product refined here, and you've got the one that enters cars, and then the other one is further refined to get the gas that you use for cooking, that's a bonus. Because then also...
So also get the gas for cooking?
Yes,
and
exactly.
we shift from charcoal.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So when will that gas be available so that you can have many Ugandans using the gas? Because that's another benefit I'm citing.
So, whereas the oil will be, the first oil comes out 2025 in a crude way, we need the refinery to be working for us to be able to access the gas. The refinery is just like a year behind development. This final investment decision was taken this year. We are very hopeful that the final investment decision for the refinery will be next year. But don't forget, they all take 3 years. So that now you're looking at beyond 2025, which will be 2026 plus, when the refinery is operational. Because it's like some months behind the upstream, the development. We have signed FID for I want to use easier words. For developing the oil, we did that in February. And you can see with the refinery, haven't yet. We hope to do it next year. So it will be a bit behind. But when it comes on board in 2026, if this is 2025, then you will see the gas, then you will see the refined products for our cars and all that, yes. And then we will have a difference in pump prices because the logistical component that causes the pump price to be the way it is in terms of transportation falls away. Yes. So when then the best time when you're in development phase, which is the phase we are in now, trying to develop the oil out of the ground to bring it on top, that's when most money comes into the country. That's when most jobs happen. That's when a lot of work happens.
The level where we are?
Yes, which we are in now. It's the best time for any country because you have contractors being given work to clear, to build, to feed, to construct, and all that takes human beings. We finished exploration. Exploration was just checking to confirm these barrels I'm talking about. Then now we have moved into the developing, the actual building, where you use so many people, so many contractors, so much food, and everything is like very exciting. Money has come into the country. It goes on for 3 years. And so we are making money now.
We're making money?
Yes.
Oh, would you
this
go,
is the time to...
Would you go to that area? Because you've talked about money and I've become more happy now. Because we all want money.
These are the jobs I'm talking about.
Now, when you talked about money, the truth of the matter here, I have information to compare. I will not compare ourselves with the leading producer of oil and gas, but America, but we'll have some correlation where I need to be.
Yes, definitely.
For instance, between 2012 to 2025, the oil and gas industry for America, it was projected to provide 1.6 trillion USA dollars in the federal and state tax. Federal and state tax, because for them they do their taxation system is different, both at federal, where they are dealing with the federal states, and again at the state, the general Americans. So they say this tax will go to the federal. This one, like how it would have been here. There have been, I'm mentioning this for a serious reason. There have been proposed alternative policy, which may not be your question, but you also have an opinion, where the money we are to get is believed the way how the revenue is to be managed to propel us into an increase the GDP, and compared to the taxation system seems to be centralized. Yet, when you refer to some countries which are ahead of us, how they have used their oil taxes, they consider a certain portion, like if we were in Uganda, that could go distributed to districts, because these are equal to federal states. In our situation, we are districts. For America, they are federal states, and there have been a call by some policymakers why this oil, since it's a national resource, by the time we begin to get the money, which we have talked about, and it sounds very well, we say this is what we get out of oil, this district will get this, and to empower local development at the district. The policy seems to be different, but we're looking at what is the projection of the returns in terms of the monies that you've talked about, and a possible better policy of the utilization of the oil. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you again.
Okay. There are a number of things in there, but what I want to clarify, the kind of system we run, of course, is very different from the American one, but it's also a system
good one
that works. No, the one we run is a different one, but it's a system that works. So if you have like $22 billion coming through the life of the project, which is the money we are going to get, the system we run definitely will not be very different from what we have been handling now. Here, we've been having a basket like this and still sharing at the district level. We have been, not so? We have been sharing. We've been getting money from the center and sending it to the district, right? And yet it was a small pot.
You mean the general...
the decentralization process, basically.
So you're saying that...
Now when you have a bigger
pool goes to the center sends?
Yes, it does. Yeah, that is how it works, isn't it? Okay. Because we get money, and the districts get money from the center. They do, to run their business.
But they don't know which portion of oil. You know, people, Ugandans are interested in this oil. 1 second. Ugandans are interested in this oil. And there's where some have been either misquoted or taken it right from the president when he says my oil. So some have thought that the oil is for president, because he said that it is his. And finally they say, they say, why can't they say we are getting, let's say, 146 billion. And then they target that the 140 billion, or if it is 200 billion, 1 billion of oil is allocated to district of Kampala. 1 billion, and they know that it's proportionately shared.
Now what I can tell you for now, that all the oil revenues are clearly going to be ring-fenced. The fund that is receiving this money, the money is ring-fenced for infrastructure. At least we agree on that one.
Do you agree on that?
Yes, I mean, it is in the law. The money is ring-fenced.
Under the petroleum
fund. Yes, it's in the law. It's ring-fenced for infrastructure. The kind of infrastructure and where it will go will be a discussion for that time. But at least you're sure it is ring-fenced for infrastructure, which is a very, overall, which is a very good thing. Then the next decision will be, or the next frameworks will be, how that will work out.
Wow, you are doing very well, dear guest. Let's go for the commercial break. You will tell us the amount that you're expecting to be
the oil revenue,
either from the oil revenue and the prospect of the GDP increase, which you are telling us. It will be a pleasure. Please, our dear viewers of Smart 24 TV, we are continuing with our discussion, and this is where you should also open your eyes and see If you sleep too much, you will not be able to know where your natural resources and basically the oil and gas may be giving us a promise for better Uganda. Stay tuned. See you next session.